Alright, so I'm going to be doing another album review. So I'm going to be reviewing Breach by 21 Pilots. So let's get into this. So this album's released earlier this year. Back at earlier this month to be specific, on 12th. So yeah. Um yeah, 21 Pilots I've been a pretty big fan of for a long time, and they're actually the group that got me into music and stuff. I got into them because my sister used to be really into them, and my older cousin is a huge 21 Pilots fan, and so I decided to give them a listen, and I de- and I can definitely say they're a big favorite even to this day, and they're not my favorite group anymore. Um, so they're definitely one of my top favorite bands. Maybe not top 10, probably not top 20, or I don't know. I don't know. Probably top 50, I guess. So yeah. Anyways, so this album is a lot more rock oriented than their other stuff. It's very alternative rock, some with some pop rock, some alt pop elements, with elements of post punk revival, indie, tronica, rap rock, and emo pop. Um, and yes, once again, I am reading off the Read Music page because I am unprofessional. Yeah. So, anyways, this album basically it kind of tells like it kind of has a bit of like a story to it. Pretty much Blurry Face, Trench, Laced, and Icy, I think it's called, or Scaled and Icy, whatever it's called, and let's see what Clancy, and pretty much all four of those had basically a story to them. So yeah, so the story of this album is about it basically is about the Banditos, which I think were mentioned in the song Nico and the Niners from Trench. Um, Basically breaching the walls of Dema to escape, basically, which is some like fictional town, which I forget what song that I forget what song that Dem was from, but yeah, it's also about Tyler Joseph breaching the fans' trust, or I guess Clancy, which is the character he plays in it. So yeah. Um. Anyway, so City Walls basically is just about like the end of the whole Dema storyline, basically. So yeah. Honestly, when I was researching Dema, it reminded me a little bit of Chaos from Venturian Tales' old Gmod series called Chaos, which was basically about a sort of a town that was just completely closed off from the world, and which supposedly was from a flipping dragon and completely radioactive, completely making the air all toxic. But that was just but that was just some big fat lie, basically. So, um, yeah, I did write means all the meanings down on the notepad. So, yeah. Anyways, the song "Raw Fear" is basically about basically living in a constant state of uh, motion just driven by fear, basically, and yeah, yeah. So anyways, "Raw Fear" is probably one of my least favorite songs on the album. It's not my least favorite, but it's, well, I'll get to my least favorite in a bit. So yeah. Then the song "Drum Show," which is, well, obviously the best song on the album. It's about growing up in a hard environment and finding ways to cope with it, basically. So yeah. Yeah, this song goes hard, dude. It is really dang good. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. Then the next song, "Garbage," is about basically a portrayal of difficult and messy emotions, basically. Um, and yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to read all this stuff, so yeah, I don't know. Then the song, "The Contract," um, is basically about Clancy, which is the character that Tyler portrays in the song, mm, in the on the album, and is basically about Clancy basically just feeling delusion and no longer being able to escape that to keep their promises, basically. Well, to basically keep his promises, basically. I don't know. I often, yeah. Oh my gosh. Because of my OCD, I tend to stutter a lot and make a lot of mistakes when trying to speak, basically. So yeah, and yeah, the song "Downstairs" is basically about well the I guess the metaphorical or which the speaker basically hides his beliefs and emotions from others and probably himself as well. So yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not the best at putting things into my own words and coming up with what to say, basically. So yeah, then the song "Robot Voices" is basically a love song. Basically, it's a was apparently a collaboration between 21 Pilots and Blanket Approval. I don't know. I don't know what Blanket Approval is. If that's an actual group or something that I'm gonna look it up. Or um, yeah, I'm looking it up on Breaking Music. Or it's probably not. It's probably something else. I don't know. Like I'm not a professional. I'm not the best reviewer on at reviewing albums and songs and stuff, which is pretty obvious if you look at my other reviews. Stuff, there's definitely much better reviewers out there than me. Although one person seems to think I review albums better than he does, which I strongly disagree with that. I mean, because he gives like better detail and actually knows what he's gonna say, basically. So yeah, yeah. Then again, some people like this style of review and I'm doing where I'm doing this unscripted and stuff because it feels more authentic to them, I guess. So, which I get that. So yeah, Center Mass is basically about Taylor Joseph or Clancy, basically reflecting on vulnerability, loss, and the pressure to make himself smaller in the face of pain, and stuff like that. And then the song Cottonwood is about Tyler's late grandfather who passed away this year. So yeah. Then One Way is about the struggle between ambition and limitations. Oh yeah. And then Days Like Torment is about Tyler's wife Jenna, um, and basically like his homesickness, basically longing for his wife and family while on tour, basically. So yeah, yeah. Basically, it's a song about homesickness. So yeah. Tally. Apparently, well, according to Genius, I guess the song is kind of interpreted in multiple different ways. Like, I guess Clancy's like final apology to Torchbearer, who I forget which song he was meant. Torchbearer was mentioned on. So yeah, I don't know. I guess accompanied him on throughout his journey and stuff. So yeah, but it's also interpreted as, I guess, Clancy wanting to isolate himself out of fear that he would not be able to meet their fans' expectations or something. I don't know. But yeah, then the song "Intentions" is about basically just the importance of trying to do better and stuff like that, even in the face of repeated failure, basically. So yeah, yeah. So anyways, overall, this album I would give it a 9 out of 10. My favorite songs from here were "Drum Show," "Days Like Torment," and "Tally." But my least favorite song here is probably "The Contract." So yeah, and then my other two will be "Raw Fear" and "City Walls." So yeah, but overall, I would highly recommend checking this album out. Yeah, it's not my favorite 21 Pilots album, obviously. I think if I were to rank them from best to worst, I'd probably go Blurryface, probably Vessel, what other albums did it? Yeah, I'm looking at the page. Then probably their self-titled from 2009 or something, whenever it came out. Yeah, 2009. And then probably Scaled and Icy. Yeah, I know. I like that one more than Trench Clancy or Breach. Don't judge me, okay? I can have opinions, okay? Then I probably would actually go when maybe Clancy and then Breach and then Trench. Yeah, I like Clancy and Breach more than Trench. Yeah, but then my least favorite would have to be Regional at Best. I did not like Regional at Best. I listened to the album on YouTube and it literally just sounds like a poorly done version of Vessel, basically. Like it's not. I mean, it's listenable. It's probably my highest 4, I guess. But it's not a good album. It's bad in my. It's pretty bad in my opinion, but whatever. Anyways, so. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can do like maybe I'll like re-listen to Trench or something and see if it like, I don't know, grows on me a little more or something. I don't know, but and maybe I'll like it more than Scaled and Icy, Clancy, and Breach or something. I don't know, but who knows? Anyway, so yeah, overall, go check out. I'll leave a link to the album in the description if you wanna give it a listen. Yeah, and yeah, so hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video.